Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are about to head home. Hope you guys are ready for some random thoughts. Stand by. We are back on the road after a very successful day at work. Got a lot accomplished, feeling pretty good about it. And as you can tell, myself and Uncle Rob are in t-shirts on the ride home. And some people would say that that is really when riding season begins. They would say that when you can ride with just a t-shirt and be perfectly cozy, that's when riding season starts. I am a little different, as you guys know, on this channel. This year I have been fortunate enough to have been riding since January. It's been a fluke, I know it. Next year I'm gonna get punished, I know it. This upcoming winter is probably gonna be terrible to make up for the fact that I have been on shark bait here since mid-January. Super exciting, which I mean honestly means that because I had a video on November on Veterans Day. I made a video of me going to a park, and that was in November, like I said. So I've really only missed about a month and a half of no bike riding. I think I've talked about it a little bit in a past video, but I think my line is 32 degrees. If water is freezing, just think about how much I feel, you know, like think about how cold I am. If water is literally turning into a solid, to me that's too cold for me. For those of you who ride with a close group of friends and you guys can all pass a car together in unison like that, you know exactly how it feels. But for those of you who don't ride in a group of good friends, I feel bad for you. You should try to find some like-minded people to go riding with, because it's a pretty cool feeling. So, this year's plans, the summer riding plans have changed a little bit due to my wife's work schedule and my brother coming out to visit. I was originally gonna try to do the Four Corners run with Rob and Connor, but I don't think that the timing of that is going to work out. Just kind of snuck up on us. Life got in the way. So I'm not going to be able to do the Laughlin River Run, or sorry, now it's called the Bullhead City Run, or the Four Corners Rally. But I am going to make Party at the Pen in September, and I am also going to be going to Sandpoint Showdown for the second annual. I went to the first one, pretty proud that I was able to go to the first one, and they are all over social media right now making plans for the second one. I think the second one is going to blow the first out of the water. The first year's Sandpoint Showdown, last year's 2025, was amazing. It was super cool. If you guys haven't seen my video of that, go check it out. It was so much fun. So I do believe Rob, Connor, and myself are in for that one. Have to talk to Mr. Green and Mitch to see if they also want to tag along and go with us. But I know for a fact I am going, which is, it's going to be kind of funny because I'm going to Sandpoint Showdown and then I'm coming home for a week and then I'm turning right around and I'm going right back to Idaho for Party at the Pen. But it's going to be awesome. It's not that bad. Party at the Pen from my house is about 10 hours on a bike. Sandpoint Showdown is like 4, so it's like nothing. But pretty excited about those 2 rallies. Gonna get so much more footage this year, I hope. The last year when the year before when we all went to Party at the Pen, obviously I didn't have a YouTube channel then, so I didn't get any footage. Got a lot of photos, but didn't really get any footage of it. So this year will be different. I will definitely be getting a shit ton of footage of Party at the Pen, and I am going to do a much better job this year of getting footage of Sandpoint Showdown. I'm also going to try to stay for the full event at Sandpoint. I'm going to try to talk these 2 into it, but I'm definitely going to try to stay both nights. Which brings me to the topic that I kind of wanted to talk about in today's somewhat random thoughts video. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. When you sit down and you are scrolling through YouTube and you find a motorcycle type video to watch and it's of a rally, what are you guys wanting to see other than the obvious, which is the motorcycles and whatever attractions that they have, such as music or some big name vendor or what have you? So if you guys can't make it to either Sandpoint Showdown or Party at the Pen, drop a comment in the comment section below of what you guys would like to see. Me personally, when I watch other YouTubers and motovloggers and their trips to rallies, I love to see the bikes, obviously, right? It's the number one thing. But I love it when the motovlogger or YouTuber does like a walk by of like the main area where they have the show bikes. Because if you guys have been to motorcycle rallies, you guys know that you have everyone's bike that they rode on to show up, but then they have like the main show's bikes, where like the bikes that are parked on Main Street next to all the fun games and activities and
so many aerobics in here, so many activities
and concert or whatever, what have you. But I love to see the bikes. So when I did last year's Sandpoint Showdown, my problem was I didn't come prepared enough. I didn't have enough camera batteries. I shot all my footage pretty early on in the rally, so there wasn't enough bikes there. But of course, the second I put my camera away, all the bikes started to show up. And I really didn't want to take the long hike to go back to the bike to grab the camera again. Kind of not the problem when we went to Born Free 16 last year. That wasn't the case. Born Free last year, there was so many bikes so early on, and Rob and I were one of the first ones to get in. We got there early in the morning, and it was awesome. That was so much fun. And that is one motorcycle show that I definitely want to go back to. So again, drop a comment in the comment section below of what you guys want to see specifically at Sandpoint Showdown and Party at the Pen. It could be anything. Just let me know. Keep it family appropriate. Drop it in the comment section and I will do my best to get footage of it. But also, kind of another little offshoot of this is the motorcycle shows that I've been to and the motorcycle shows that I haven't been to and the rallies that I definitely want to go back to. So obviously Sturgis was awesome, but I did Sturgis pre-Blacktop Diaries, and everyone gets footage of Sturgis. But the next time I do Sturgis, I want to change up two things. When Rob and I made plans to go to Sturgis, we had about 6 other people saying, hell yeah, we want to go with you. And I'm not faulting them for backing out. Life happens to everybody. And I totally get it. But by the time it came down to actually kickstands up or hauling ass out of town, it was only Rob and I, which proved pretty beneficial actually, because we didn't really have to worry about anyone else, and Rob and I were pretty stoked about it and excited. And so when we left Omak, Washington, back when Rob lived in Omak, we had no plans, which was half the exciting part. We were just going to pull over wherever we could, stay wherever we could, whenever we could. But we ended up doing 1,040 miles in 19 hours straight. The only time we got off the bikes was to fuel up, eat, and drink water, which was pretty wild. So by the time we rolled into Sturgis, South Dakota, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, which was nuts because we had left at like 7 or whatever the previous day in the morning. So it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I basically fell off the motorcycle when we finally pulled over, and I basically just laid there for a minute and waited for feeling to come back, because back then I had a 2018 Softail and the lowrider. I'm sorry, I had a 2018 Softail lowrider in Barracuda Silver, pictured here, and that bike did not have cruise control on it. So picture 19 hours with my hand up here on the throttle, locked in position, straight. I mean, it was crazy. My hand was going numb, my fingers were tingly. I kept switching out and switching hands to do it like that. It was it was a pretty hardcore experience. Had no music, no radio, basically all I had was a quarter fairing of the, I had the Memphis Shades Road Warrior on that bike, and that was barely enough. But I also, another mistake that I made was when we went to Sturgis, Rob was smart. He had a full face helmet, ear protection, cruise control, radio, the whole nine. I had a half helmet and sunglasses that were really small. I'm talking like Mickey Rourke sunglasses. So it was not the most comfortable experience of my entire life. I did have a bandana that I kept pulling up over my face, but I will never do half helmets again. I switched about 6 years ago to a full face. Maybe a little bit less than that, but either way, once you go full face, you'll never go back. And obviously for moto vlogging, it really does help to have a full face helmet. But anyways, getting back to the topic. So Sturgis, I definitely want to do again. But I do want to stay in Deadwood this time. Last time we went, we actually stayed about 100 feet off of Main Street, Sturgis, in some lady's front yard in our tents, and it was really cool. But next time I go, I want to stay in Deadwood, probably stay for one less day. Last time we were there for 3 days, or 4 days, 3 nights, or 3 days, 4 nights. This time I'll probably do 2. Next time I'll probably do 2 days. But the other rally that I also really want to return to is Born Free. I can't tell you guys how amazing that was. You guys can probably assume how awesome Born Free was. I got to meet some of my heroes, Got to meet some moto vloggers that I really look up to, have a lot of respect for. Blockhead, holy cow, that was amazing. Met the Thrash and Supply guys, met 2 Lane Life. It was amazing. Just a bunch of really cool, really awesome all-around people in the industry, and that was really fun for us. Definitely want to do that again. And of course, Sandpoint Showdown, I'm probably going to go every year. It's only 3-4 hours away. I mean, it would be ridiculous not to go. It was so much fun. It's such a close location. You have to, right? But I would love to go, and Midwest and Motorbike talks about this rally on his channel a little bit. Is Homecoming, as you guys know, is canceled. It is no longer a yearly event, but they want to go back to every 5 years. I think it was every 5 years doing a bigger event. So eventually the stars will align and I will be able to make it out to Milwaukee to go to that. I think that would be just a blast. And especially if they're doing it every 5 years rather than every year, you know they're going to knock it out of the park and really hold no punches on it. So I think that would be a blast. I think Harley, under this new management that we're seeing, is so far it's doing some pretty cool things. I think reeling back Homecoming to every 5 years instead of every year is a really good call. It's better financially for the motor company, I'm sure of it. But I really like their new ride initiative, you know, focusing on the actual activity. And I know it was a joke many years back about how Harley Davidson is a clothing company that also just so happens to sell motorcycles. But I think that the focus is now more on the bikes themselves rather than trying to completely reimagine themselves every other year, which I think was also not really good for the motor company. If you focus on the bikes and you focus on the customer, I think good things will happen to you. And I foresee Harley having a pretty bright future under this new management. Now, that could just be me thinking glass is half full, but that's kind of how I am. And it, yeah, so that's how I try to view things. I try to assume good intentions, you know. I try to think the best of people until proven otherwise. And Harley Davidson's no different. I'm really pulling for them. It seems like some people only focus on the negative. Even some moto vloggers, they seem to really focus on all the bad things. And I think propagating that information out there to the masses is only doing the motor company a disservice. I'm going to try to focus on the positive, and I'm going to root for them. Obviously, I want the motor company to do well. I want the motor company to keep making amazing motorcycles and take care of the customer. And if we, as a customer base, take care of them, I think they'll take care of us. So another thing that I'm planning on doing this year is riding over to local dealerships. I want to go to Lone Wolf and talk to those guys for a little bit. I don't know how much of it will end up in a video. I'm hoping quite a bit. But I got to call their service manager. I kind of want to talk to him about 10K, 15K, 20K services. maybe possibly do a video on that, and kind of things to look out for on the Milwaukee 8 and stuff along those lines. I also want to go back to Rattlesnake Harley-Davidson, where I bought shark bait, and give them an update on where this bike has been, what it's gone through, all the modifications that I've done on it. They told me to keep them informed, so I will do that. As well as other things to look forward to on the Blacktop Diaries channel. There are still so many other places that I want to go to in this local area. A while back, a subscriber gave me some advice. He said, basically what I was doing was I was complaining about not being able to ride for the really cold months, and I'm trying to come up with ideas for content during those times. And he said, well, maybe show us more of the local area, maybe ride to more of the places around the local area, and maybe save some of the footage and release it during the off season. So I am definitely doing that. It was such good advice, so I'm definitely heeding it. New road, baby. Whoop, whoop. Love new road. So anyways, you guys got that to look forward to. Obviously, Leavenworth, Washington. Definitely doing that. I'm planning on doing a video of the ride up to Leavenworth, Washington, getting food, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take a different route on the way home. Not a different route, it's only one road to get there, but basically focus on different things, and then I'm going to save that video and release it later in the season when I can't ride as much and I want to still release some content. Ocean Shores, Washington is another ride that I want to take you guys to fill in new viewers. I got a little piece of property out there that me, the wife, and my daughters like to go to. Thank you to my folks for doing that for the family. But we have a travel trailer out there about 500 feet from the ocean. It's just a really nice place to go and relax, get out of this area for a while and let the kids hang out. So definitely gonna take a ride over there, show you guys what that's all about. Yeah, got a lot of cool rides coming up, a lot of cool content scheduled and planned. Pretty excited about filming all of it. Pretty excited about getting slightly better at editing footage and all that. So yeah, you know, random thoughts on the way home. Kind of talked about a little of everything. Talked about the state of the motor company. Talked about rallies a little bit. Talked about future runs that we want to go on a little bit. It's all good stuff. And what a beautiful day. You know what I mean? Like, you look over here, and that looks pretty stormy. I don't know if the camera's picking it up at all, but it looks pretty cloudy, looks pretty rainy over there, and then you look over here, and it's a postcard. It's ridiculous. I love it. Also, to give you guys a channel update, a life update, I should say, not a channel update, but a life update. My beautiful, beautiful wife, Jen Bob, has graduated paramedic boot camp, and she is in fact back home, settled in, and I couldn't be more excited. So this chick gets me, man. This chick, she just cracks me up. We've been married 16 years this year, and I think I know her pretty well. So she was like obviously super stressed out about, she wants to do a good job. She wants to do the best job she can. She gets nervous taking tests. So she studied her ass off. Like I've never seen dedication like that with trying to pass something and trying to be as knowledgeable as humanly possible on very specific subjects. So when she talks now about her job, it's basically gibberish. I don't understand a word she's saying, but I love to hear it. So anyways, so naturally she gets like the second highest score of the entire class. Just cracks me up. She's amazing. Super proud of her, super stoked to have her back home. I love it. But anyways, guys, this is where I sign off. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my videos, watching me moto vlog it up on this beautiful sunny day. You guys take it easy. Remember, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. See you guys when I see you.